will admit, I have not seen the new prequel Lion King. But I have seen clips and snippets of it. And I gotta say, none of it makes sense. Because as someone who watched the original Lion King over and over and over again, like over 100 times, and I'm not talking about that new one, I'm talking about the old original one that was on VHS. Yeah, I can boldly say that I can remember every line, every word, every emotion, every scene from the Lion King. And like I said, none of them makes, the prequel makes no sense to the original first Lion King movie. Reason why, after the ceremonial celebration of Simba's birth, you get to the scene where you start off with Scar talking about how life isn't fair, that how he will never be king, and that his lunch will never see the light of another day, and bids him adieu. Zazu enters the fray to announce Mufasa's coming. Okay, skip all that to the real part. I'm just, showing you that how well I remember this movie. To the part where there's a contradiction to the prequel. Scar says, why, if it isn't my big brother coming to visit the commoners from high up? He calls him his big brother instead of his brother. Thus he's noting that Mufasa was king because he was the firstborn, like all forms of royalty go. If you're born first, you're subject to be king, unless you're a terrible prince. But yeah, that was the first contradiction to this. Not Mufasa being some sort of outcast, where Scar was originally allegedly destined to be king. The second contradiction that was made in that one scene was when Zazu says, as the king's brother, you should have been first in line. Scar replies with, I was first in line until the little hairball was born. That states that Scar was first in line to be king when Mufasa passed away. That was the meaning behind that statement, that I was to be king next after Mufasa. And I'm trying to remember the other contradictions. I mean, I know I just hit you with two contradictions of how this prequel doesn't make sense due to the fact that they dubbed Mufasa as an outcast, and that instead of him being the older brother to Scar, they claim that that Scar was already destined to be king when he says in the original that he would have been king after Mufasa had passed away or stepped down from his throne. I guess the other one in that scene was when he said that he would never dream of challenging Mufasa, that he lacks brute strength and has brains. But like I said, I didn't see the whole movie. I did see some clips that showed a lot of contradictions for the original. guess the second one was when Mufasa was giving reference to his father, talking about great kings and all that. The contradiction that there was that there was nothing but conflict when it comes to the prequel. That he never got this great wisdom conversation with his father about what it means to be a great king and all that. That's what I'm assuming at first. I mean, he does say that, in the prequel, Taka does say that first it was my mother, then it was Sarabi, and now it was my father. That Mufasa chose compassion and unity in order to, and stuff like that, which is kind of a weird slight contradiction to that, which is where I have to ask, if that is so, why did Mufasa banish the hyenas to the Outlands? If he was compassionate. I mean, yeah, Mufasa shows great wisdom and strength and slight forms of compassion this aura of compassion. I'll give you that. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to remember and name all the contradictions that I've seen from the clips of the prequel. I might choose to watch the movie by borrowing Disney Plus, because I refuse to give Disney any money. But like I said, this doesn't seem like a good movie. This live action approach, or this contradiction of prequels towards people who are fans of the original and can easily point out things that don't make no sense to the original franchise. But that's all I have to say about it.